Hi there. My name is Scott Marker, and I'm the franchise owner of Network in Action, which is a franchise out of Houston, Texas, and I'm the first one here in Idaho. And they're once a month professionally ran networking meetings by local business owners and decision makers. And they used to be in person, and now we're doing them on Zoom. So what I've put together is something called Treasure Valley NIA Quick Tips. And what they are is just I'm bringing in local high caliber business professionals that are experts in their field and bringing them in and trying to get some information out of them that will hopefully be beneficial for other business owners here in the local Treasure Valley, Idaho in these challenging times. So today I brought in Jalene. So hey, Jalene, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Jalene Greer, and I'm the owner of Veritas Business Solutions. I started this business back in 2003 with the idea of providing expert accounting and advice to business clients. Since that time, I've obtained my CMA, which is a Certified Management Accountant credentials, and an MBA. So the business expertise is where my focus is. And I feel like what I bring to my clients is the expertise that you would find in a major corporation, but geared towards small business owners.
Oh, perfect. So to kind of go further on that, what your credentials, how are they different than your traditional CPA?
Okay, so a CPA is what everyone is very familiar with, and they do the same amount of training that I do, and we both took very extensive, hard exams to get our credentials. Where it diverges is that the CPAs are primarily focused on tax law and tax preparation and the things that happen after you've created your financials. A CMA is the management part of that is that a CMA is designed to be an integral part of a management team so that you get key metrics, or if you want to play what if scenarios, putting all those numbers together in a logical and understandable way. And I always compare it, because I like sports analogies, the difference between being part of the coaching team versus being the scorekeeper after the fact. Oh, okay. So that's what I see as the biggest difference. And both have a place and both are valuable.
That's great. That helps me understand it better too. But no, that's a great analogy. You're kind of like you're a partner with the team, basically.
Yes.
The leadership team. So perfect. Hey, how right now with these challenging times, with a lot of employees are working remote, even if things are phasing back in again, a lot of people still staying remote, social distancing. How's that impacted your business?
Well, it definitely impacted the tax preparation part of my business. And what we did is, as soon as the issues became apparent and you could feel people were getting concerned, and then our governor put in the stay at home request, we switched over from doing our normal in-person interviews, which we value highly because you really get a lot more out of the client gets more information from you. But this time around, we switched to doing either drop-offs, or we have on our website a secure portal that all of our clients can use to transfer documents and such. And then we just pick up the phone and have a phone conversation. So it's not like we're not having interaction. It's just not as face-to-face, and we don't chat as much about family.
Right. That's great. Hey, also, when you're looking around these times right now, challenging times, what's some advice you could give some people? I mean, right now there's a lot of confusion on all types of things, like actually PPP, a lot of confusion on that, and things like that affecting businesses because of what we're in. So how have you been able to help, some advice you give to people, or how have you been able to help some of your clients?
Well, we're at the point in here where most of the people who are going to get a PPP loan have probably done so, but as of right now, there are still funds available. So we've helped several of our clients actually figure out what it is that their bank is asking for. And I should say that every bank has their own rules. The general guidelines are really broad. So it's important to work with your bank and don't just assume because somebody else told you do this, this, and this, that it's what your bank is going to want. So the PPP loans got an awful lot of press. It has helped a lot of us, but there are other things out there that will provide credits for employers, and they're very situation specific, but there are credits that even if you didn't get a PPP loan, you can get huge reductions in your payroll taxes, and you can defer payment of payroll taxes. So those are some of the things that we're able to go over with our clients, or if someone came in for a consultation. Now that everyone's got that, we have to shift our focus as business owners to how do I maximize the forgiveness on the PPP loan. And just in case people are not completely familiar, if you went through the employee, having employees to qualify for your loan, 75% of those funds have to be spent on payroll. You can spend 100% on payroll. And that's been one thing people have questioned me. Well, am I limited to 75%? And that's no. That's the minimum, because the whole idea here is to protect the income of workers. Right. So look at it from that point of view. Then if you went through the process as a self-employed or independent contractor, you've actually met that criteria already because they used your profit from last year in order to get that. So just be, again, talk to your bank, and not all banks have issued their guidelines yet. These loans kind of come into play 8 weeks after they were funded. You really want to pay attention to how your money is spent during that period of time. Some of our clients are opening separate bank accounts so that they can more easily identify those. And while that's not a requirement, it's helpful. And so then we'll move into the forgiveness, and we've helped, we've set up a worksheet that we can help our clients to see how much is going to be forgiven on their loan. And then bigger than all of that, and that I really feel is important to talk about, is this whole thing has fundamentally changed business projections. What we thought we were going to do this year, we may not. And if we've lost employees or we've had to cut back, there are considerations of really how am I going to navigate through this, at least through the end of the year and into next year. And that's where our company and me as a CMA can really help, because you want to know what's your break-even point, what is my cash flow. Just because I did business today doesn't mean that I have the money today. So those things become critical, and that's where I feel like we can really be of help. And if nothing else, I just want people to be aware.
Right. No, that's Jalene, that's a great piece of advice, because I just haven't heard anybody else say it. I'm sure someone has, but everyone's so focused on right now and there's PPP and whatever others, trying to see, not sink, or just, it's challenging times at different levels. But what a great thing to think about is like, hey, my plan, if I have a plan in place, you need to sit down and look at not just next month, but maybe 6 months out and a year out to kind of plan. So no, that's great advice. Because like I said, I just haven't heard anybody say that. They're all talking about, businesses talking about PPP right now, but what about 2 months from now?
Exactly.
6 months from now, you know what I mean? You better plan for that, because if you don't, you might run out of money, because so no, great bits of advice. So yeah, I appreciate it, Jalene. That's been great advice. I really appreciate it. Hey, if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, what would be I'll put them in the show notes too, but what would be the best way for someone to get a hold of you if they had more questions and want to talk to you?
The best way to reach me is through my email, and that's Jalene at veritasbusinesssolutions.com.
Okay.
And yes, I know that's a long one, but the trick is make sure you get 3 S's in it. Business Solutions.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I'll put them in the show notes, so I'll make it easy for people. But hey, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Scott.
for being a guest today, and keep safe. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.